Like, I had fonder memories of pretending I read it as a kid and actually reading it as an adult. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this seems a lot longer and annoying. Yeah. Hi everybody, and welcome to another genetically modified episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the man whose costume screens 90s awesomeness, Kyle Charles. And
CY Chang, the man so committed to the bit. I'm wearing long sleeves
snap.
and a t-shirt in this hot boiling weather. I'm gonna pull it up. Got my Scarlet spider colours here.
See,
they should release that blue t-shirt with the spider across it, because that'd be so cool. I would definitely get it. No, but I don't know about the hoodie.
Yeah, the hoodie's a bit much.
The sleeveless hoodie maybe, but
yeah,
you can only wear that if you go to cosplay as Scarlet Spider. Who walks around with sleeveless hoodies?
People go gym. Weird gym.
Oh yeah, it is true. It is true.
It's kind of weird. That's a bit mean, but yeah.
So yeah, we are talking about our boy, my boy.
Your boy.
What is he? Your boy?
I'm more of a Kane guy, but yeah, I appreciate Ben Reilly.
Yeah, we're speaking about Ben Reilly today, the original Scarlet Spider.
Yes.
The original clone of Spider-Man, because
or is he
there
the
are multiple clones afterwards.
Or is he the original Peter Parker? Who knows?
He's not the original clone, but
no.
I suppose the most well-known and the one that was supposedly the original.
Yeah.
And then they decided he wasn't.
Yeah. For reasons now or whatever.
Let me just ask you, because I don't believe you were probably collecting Spider-Man comics during the actual time of 1994 to 1996 when this whole thing was happening.
No.
Okay.
But I kind of knew it was happening, but I didn't know it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So, how do you know of the Scarlet Spider? Just because of the animated series?
No, because it was weird. Because I remember randomly picking up. It was my dad or someone picked up a Spider-Man comic during the Clone Saga. It was like one of the issues well within this Clone Saga, and reading it was like, none of this makes any sense to me. Why are there three Peter Parker looking guys? I'm confused. And then I think after that, before he appeared in the animated show in that one-off episode, right?
Yeah.
That the spectacle, that Spider-Man 94 toys, they had a Scarlet Spider one before he even came into it, so I think that's how I kind of found out more about Ben Reilly, because I tried to look out to find more about him, because I thought his costume looked cool.
Yeah. Now, first we'll go to that later on, right? Because he's had multiple costumes. But for those who don't know, Ben Reilly is a clone of Spider-Man who. Right. So there's a 35-part essay called "The Life of Reilly."
Okay, yeah.
Which is about like one of the Spider-Man editors who was just writing about what was going on during the Clone Saga and as they're putting together. And from what he's saying is that the artists of the full Spider-Man titles, that is Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, and straight up, plain Spider-Man, conferred within themselves to have a mystery man, which they were like, oh yeah, we will reveal to the writers when we decide, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does that gonna work? Because where's your end game? You guys are the artists, so unless you're gonna tell the writers how you're gonna finish the story. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, the big reveal is the clone of Spider-Man from original Clone Saga, Amazing Spider-Man 197 to 194 or something like that. And the writers were like, okay.
What? Yeah. Excuse me.
Now what? now.
Where do you
but. I know it's partial of the reason why it kept on going on and on. I'm sure you know about Age of Apocalypse.
Yes.
The X-Men saga, which went on about 3 months.
Yeah.
So all the X-Men titles changed their titles to Amazing X-Men, Astonishing X-Men, Factor X, Gambit at the Externals.
Yeah.
Weapon X.
Yeah. And some other ones. Yeah.
But they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
That was the whole Magneto versus Apocalypse storyline that was brewing.
Yeah.
Whereas they didn't know where they were going, and they were like, oh, we got 4 Spider-Man titles, which jumped in sales, right? And we at Marvel are being bankrupt at the moment. So go all the way and get morally bankrupt and get a bunch of kids to buy crossover titles. Like, it's like you couldn't get away from it. It's like, it only ran for 2 years, but you know, if
only. He said
well,
only.
that's the thing. If it was, let's just say, if it was a single title, that's only 24 issues, right? But because it ran across 4 titles for 2 years,
Yeah, jeez.
you know, like that's 90 plus issues, plus other things that were going on as well.
Plus annuals and stuff, innit? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So no wonder why people got sick of it. Though, I think one of the good things came out of it is the Ben Reilly character, and I don't know if you were reading Spider-Man at the time because there are bits before. I think that there are bits before what the Clone Saga, which then lead to why I think some people remember Ben Reilly a bit more fondly. So, did you read Spectacular Spider-Man 200?
No.
That's the one where Harry dies?
No, I haven't read it, but I've seen like video essays about it. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I do recommend, by the way, reading the Child Within storyline that leads up to that.
Yeah.
All right. And when you read it now with older eyes, you can see the denial of Harry Osborn about his own dad.
Yeah.
It's like Mary Jane's trying to talk sense to him. He goes, "No, your husband poisoned your mind against my dad and stuff." It's all that, and then he goes, "What's the use in talking to you, Mary Jane? We're friends. I don't want to talk about this." And you're like, when you look at it back, you go, "Yeah, that's how people. That's people. That's That's
they're blind to.
I wouldn't say beyond the scope of a child, a 14-year-old like that. Where Spider-Man's in that, you're like, "Wow, this is deep stuff," but
yeah, but. Yeah. Well, you grow up and say, "Oh yeah, this is a common thing with lots of people with trauma."
Yeah. And so he finally gets his super strength to be able to beat up Peter, and he hits him with some sort of pin to tranquilize him. But it's in the same building that's about to explode, and rescues Mary Jane, and then Mary Jane kind of begs him to go back and rescue Peter because he's your best friend, and he does, and then his heart gives out because of the Goblin formula. Right?
Yeah.
Then we go to Amazing Spider-Man, where Peter Parker's parents come back, which I don't even think they had an end game on that either. Right?
No.
Because then that turns out to be a plan from Harry Osborn, who not is back from the dead, but computerized everything beforehand, and it's like, "Oh yeah, I gotcha, because that was his catchphrase, yeah? Alright, okay. And that leads to Peter trying to get rid of the Peter Parker side of his personality or whatever it is, and he goes, "I just want to be the Spider like Batman and not Bruce Wayne," yeah?
Yeah.
Which is when Ben Reilly comes in, and you're like, okay, so this guy, this clone Spider-Man, is acting more like Peter Parker than Spider-Man, right? And it gives a little bit of a throwback to the old school Amazing Spider-Man, when I say Peter Parker was a teenager. So that flavor is more palatable, but then I am the darkness, or I am the vengeance, which is
I am the Spider.
Not Spider-Man at all. Yeah,
no.
So that's where that would. But then you see, you're gonna know the time it was coming out, and that's why I guess certain things were like, they are Ben Reilly fans because of that, not because Spider-Man is married to Mary Jane, he's having a bad time, whatever. But you got your single Spider-Man now, who's actually more like the character, even though he's the clone. And every single caption, every single time he's on screen on the first couple of pages or whatever, he's "I am just a clone," blah blah blah. It's like, "Oh, shut up, Ben Reilly."
Already.
Yes, you're the clone. You just leave it be, man. Like, at the top where they do the little quick recap of whatever it is.
Yeah.
Beaten by a radioactive spider, Peter Parker is Spider, or the gamma bomb radiation, or lifting Thor's mystical hammer. Yeah. All you had to do was a little caption like that saying "clone of Peter Parker," whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you need, not to remind us every day that it's a clone. You get it.
Oh yeah, and him reminding us in each issue of everything else as well. It's fine when it's "I am Wally West and I am the Flash," yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm Ben Reilly. I'm the clone. I don't deserve to. Oh boy.
Like, come on now, man. Like, get over it at this point.
It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years, man. Though there are some. I don't know how much issues, or I won't say necessarily issues of the Clone Saga, but how many series of the Clone Sagas you've read.
I know I've read it.
Okay. Have you read Spider-Man: The Lost Years?
No.
Oh yeah, that's a good. It's 3 issues. It's pretty good. It sets up like Ben Reilly, Kane, and it sets Brett Riley and Kane up for Spider-Man Redemption,
Yeah.
which is where he gives you the background for Elizabeth Tyne, who you will know now from from Dark Web and all that stuff. The Halloween girl, what's it? All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also recommend reading The Exile Returns as well. This is where Ben Reilly he gets the pro wrestling style Roman Reigns push, where he gets to beat up Venom, but he doesn't really get to beat up Venom, but he does.
Okay.
Which, logically, when they think about these things, is for the 5 years he was in exile, he always had to fight Kane. Kane is much stronger than him, right?
Yeah.
So he would have fought fighting Venom, and he would have developed some techniques to fight from fighting Kane, right?
Yeah.
And they would have given him not necessarily an advantage, but look, Peter Parker can't sense Venom with the spider sense. Ben Reilly can, and also Peter Parker's scared crapless of Venom from even from the early issues, right?
Yeah.
He was wetting himself at Venom's presence or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're scared and you don't have your certain advantages, of course you're not going to try and fight this guy. Yeah.
No.
Even though I think later on Peter developed a bit more of a backbone. Yeah.
No.
But the Scarlet Spider didn't know any better. I guess at a certain point, and then he developed his impact web and his stingers. So yeah.
Yeah. Question then,
Mm-hmm.
like, so how come Ben Reilly can sense Venom? Is there a reason?
Yeah. The symbiote never bonded to him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But then again, the Carnage symbiote didn't bond to Peter Parker, but he can't sense that either. So apparently, it's something genetically symbiotes can also pass on. I don't know.
Okay, they probably don't know themselves. Right.
Yeah. Because they don't kind of not really make up their mind about certain things.
No.
Like whether Ben Reilly is the original or the clone, right? Because apparently, after they reveal Ben Reilly as the original and Peter the clone, and this is where Peter backhands Mary Jane the sense of flying, and then he gets all in his super depression mode where he's like, I know you're cut, right?
Yeah.
Kane's like, this is why I was jealous of Ben Reilly all along, because he was the original, yeah? And then later on when Green Goblin Norman Osborn kills Ben Reilly and he discapacitates, it's like, oh yeah, but he was a clone. So did Kane think that he was the original? And that's why he was jealous of him, even though he ended up being the clone? It's like, Marv, what? It's what happens when you don't have a game plan. Because when Ben Reilly took over as being Spider-Man, and then they found a third skeleton in the haystack, where the clone body was dumped, and it was in the Spider-Man mask. It's like, okay, now what's going on? Because you've got the two people that, like, the original and the clone, where you're going to say which one's Peter Parker and Ben Reilly. But then you got a third one. And then Norman Osborn journals had to go wrap that up by saying, oh, the Jackal decided to dump a skeleton in the smokestack for his own nefarious reasons. Like, no, you people, that's just a cop-out. It's like you writ something for no reason, and then you're like, actually, we've got to resolve this. It's like the WCW White Hummer. Yeah,
to this day, like 30 years on, no one knows. I mean, like, well, not 30 years, but coming up to that. Yeah.
No
one knows.
There was many a good. There were some good things about the Clone Saga and some bad things about the Clone Saga. I will say, were you reading at the time that Ben Reilly was revealed as the original?
No, because I think I started kind of reading in and out was when he became Spider-Man for a bit. When he had that new costume. Yeah.
So the only reason they did that though is for Spider-Man. Did you read Spider-Man: The Final Adventure? Which wasn't the final adventure, by the way. This is where Mary Jane was getting pregnant, so then they decided to move to another location, and Peter Parker lost his powers, and then he's like, Ben Reilly, you are, the legacy passes on to you are Spider-Man. Except that Ben Reilly then struggles with being Spider-Man for like 8 issues of the Scarlet Spider, like Web of Scarlet Spider, Amazing Scarlet Spider, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just so that then they could stretch it out longer and make a bit more money. Like Marvel. And then he became Spider-Man. And then he decided, so the reason he decided to dye his hair blonde was that Aunt Anna Watson saw him at Aunt May's grave at the time where it wasn't Aunt May that was dead, it was the genetic duplicate copy, right? Oh my goodness, yeah.
Christ.
The memories of going on this, yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, Peter, what happened?" And then he's like, "Oh, you know what? I've got to stop looking like Peter because people are going to think that with my 5 o'clock shadow and my shaggy hair, Peter's decided to go homeless."
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he dyed his hair, and now he decides, even though he was always pretending to be the cousin of some sort of distant cousin of Aunt May, using the Reilly surname. Yeah, he then is like, I'm actually Peter Parker's cousin. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you're saying you started reading when he became the sensational Spider-Man.
Yeah. When he had that cool costume.
Did you read the storyline where he dated the daughter of the burglar that killed Uncle Ben?
No.
Okay, that happened. Yeah. She was a photojournalist, and she actually catches him out as changing from Spider-Man into Ben Reilly, and she was going to expose him because you killed my dad, even though that's not Yeah. There was a lot of throwback to if you ever read the '60s Spider-Man, where he was having his dating problems and all that stuff.
No,
that's what they were using. That's what they were doing with Ben Reilly, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
That's what. Yeah, kind of give him his own little storylines rather than he's just gonna fill in and do everything Spider-Man does. Okay.
Yeah.
Peter does. Okay.
I don't get though why they couldn't have. They could have just separated the issues, and you had 2 issues, like whatever Spider-Man issues you want to say. Like, let's see, Amazing Spider-Man because it's the classic one, and Adjectiveless Spider-Man could be Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then you could have Web of Spider-Man featuring Scarlet Spider, and Spectacular Spider-Man featuring Scarlet Spider, or whatever it is, And they just have them go on a separate not separate adventures, but if you could have 5 Batman titles and 5 Superman titles running together, I don't see why you can't have 4 Spider-Man titles, but 2 for someone else, or even 1 for someone else,
Yeah, kind of like when Dick Grayson was Batman, and he kind of Detective Comics became the Dick Grayson comic, and then Batman was. That's when Bruce came back. That was the Batman comic. Yeah. Bruce. But 52.
Yeah. I think because Marvel didn't know what they were doing. That's what soured people on the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
And they were just trying to cross over as much as they can because there's many multi-part sagas.
Yeah.
And that's only because they were trying to make more money, I think. Because Oh, by the way, do you know how much they? So Avi Arad, who bought the rights, because Marvel were trying to sell the rights for all their movies, their characters for movies and stuff, to make a quick buck. And he bought the Spider-Man rights, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you. How about you buy the rest of these other characters we have for maybe another half of that rights you bought for the Spider-Man?" And he's like, "Nah, who wants those?
No.
Who wants those?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. And look where they are now, right?
That's like jokes on him now,
Yeah. Well, no, he's probably making a ton from Spider-Man.
Yeah, from Spider-Man himself.
But imagine he could have made so much more, Yeah. But at the time, I guess as well, it was a sensible choice.
Yeah, because back then only Spider-Man and X-Men were selling, so.
Yeah, and I'd say, and Hulk had notoriety as well.
Yeah.
I would say maybe even Captain America, but that depends on patriotism mostly.
Yeah, but I feel like the 90s, because I never really hear anyone talk about 90s Captain America. Everyone sort of talks of mid 2000s onwards Captain America, like when Brubaker took over and stuff. No one really talks about stuff. So,
Yes. But I think that's similar to Daredevil as well.
Yeah.
I think it was after the Marvel Knights reboot. That's when I started collecting anyways, right? But when I went back to collect some older Daredevil stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. He was having his own problems with this Fall from Grace storyline where he was trying to get rid of, so he had the Magnus. Do you remember the Magnus from the Secret Wars, is it? Or the other one? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But he was making not clone versions, but evil duplicates of people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Daredevil had some voodoo demon that was immune to his senses or something like that. Anyways, they were looking for a virus that would give the the possessed or whoever the person injected with it, whatever they want, because they could telepathically modify that virus, and that demon thing wanted to be that helped spawn, I think it was called, wanted to be a human. I don't know if he was going to still speak Jamaican patois while turning into a white ginger guy, but you know.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But he got shanked as soon as he took it. So hey, and then they buried that duplicate Matt Murdock, and so Matt Murdock became Jack Batlin in the black suit, who then was like, yeah, Spider-Man, because they had a crossover as well. It's like, Spider-Man, Matt Murdock, you know, Matt Murdock is dead. I'm just the devil. You know, it's like, you people, man.
Trying to be edgy, innit?
Yeah. Look, it can work for Batman.
Yeah, because we know Batman to be like that, but other
Yeah.
Yeah. Other characters don't really work.
Yeah. Just imagine Captain America's like, no, I'm America. I am America.
Yeah, I am America. You're like, it doesn't sound as good as you think, dude. Yeah.
No. Alright, okay. So you managed to skip over the entire, I say the Ben Reilly portion of the Clone Saga until he became the Scarlet Spider portion of the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
So when you started collecting Sensational Spider-Man, and you see this guy called Ben Reilly with blonde hair, what were you thinking?
I was like, oh. I don't know. I was quite confused because I remember I used to collect it. You know, it would have been quite a bit behind. I think we spoke about this before. You know when I can't remember who published the comics over here. It was like Panani,
Okay.
Someone used to do like X-Men and Spider-Man comic.
I was gonna say Panini, but not the
not the
one I was gonna mispronounce that.
Yeah, not the other
the Jamaicans say.
Not the, you know, that place. Yeah. And so I was reading it there. So I kind of like, I don't get this. Who is Ben Reilly? And then I think in the back of the page it kind of tells you what happened. But, oh, okay, he's a clone. And then I think by that time as well, it must have been shown in the cartoon. So I don't know. I might kind of figure that from that.
It was a strange time because Marvel and DC were also having Marvel versus DC.
Yeah.
And then they had Spider-Man in it, but Spider-Man was Ben Reilly, so even though he was a photographer there, still with brown hair, so he was like, oh yeah, my name is Ben Reilly, professionally I'm known as Peter Parker, for you know, it's like, okay, fine, you just kind of wipe that away for that particular reason, because it makes sense not to get people
confused,
not necessarily invested, but it's a complicated thing, and you don't need to. You need to simplify it.
You don't want that like convoluted mess in there. So like, it's just yeah.
Even though it was funny when he's fighting Connor, and Connor's like, I'm a clone of I'm a clone of Superman, and then Ben Reilly's like, clones, face palm.
Can never get away from him, can I?
Yeah.
Because you are one. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so how long did you then collect those Spider-Man comics from that point?
For quite a bit, because I remember a few arcs when he fought the lady Doc Octopus.
Oh yeah, even a Scarlet Spider, he did that, yes.
Yeah, and then because I think I got more confused about that than Ben Reilly being Spider-Man. I was like, she is a woman now. Plus, I was like 8 or something at the time.
Did you think that's Doc Octopus suddenly changed gender?
No, I just thought, oh. You know, you kind of think as a kid, I was like, oh, that must be like his daughter or something. You know, something weird, like some family related. Yeah.
Funny enough, she is the daughter, but not of Dr. Octopus, of Ben Reilly's friend Seawood Trainer, who is the guy who did the test to see who was the original, who was the fake, who was then blackmailed by, I think, Norman Osborn to alter the results, to taunt Spider-Man. It's like...
Always Osborn,
right. Yeah, it's just like... So Norman Osborn has to be the level of hater that what's his name is Eobard Thawne.
Yeah, the petty hater.
Like,
yeah. So annoying. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
They were originally going to have Harry as the mastermind behind it, but then I think one of the editors was like, Harry's the word we were about to say for the comics that the brand that you
He's a wuss. Yeah. That's the PC word. Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, you got to do it with Norma. It's gonna be Norma that does it. I was like, all right. Oh, by the way, did you ever read about how they created Thanos?
No, I know he's a rip-off of Darkseid. Well,
Yeah,
inspiration from Darkseid, but
except that he wasn't from the beginning. I think Jim Starlin was gave him Thanos the chair, and he was copying Metatron instead. And then one editor basically said, if you're going to copy one of the new gods, copy the good one.
yeah, copy the
All
best
right.
one. Yeah, it makes sense,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Why
And then we get Mongol, who's a copy of Thanos.
yeah,
Yeah.
which didn't go. I don't know how. I'm okay with Mongol. I'm gonna say he's the greatest of characters, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a third generation Darkseid kind of.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
No, they all have their separate niches now.
Yeah, which is a good thing. They're not carbon copying each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though at the time, you know, when they were coming out. But yes. So you managed to miss, I say, the meat of the Clone Saga. You missed Maximum Clonage. Yes, there is such a title as Maximum Clonage. Yeah.
So what happens in Maximum Clonage?
Yeah, Scarlet. I think this is just after Peter Parker has a little bit of a mental breakdown because he thinks he's the fake now, and he's teaming up with the Jackal, kind of, right? Because he hates Ben Reilly, they mutual hatred. I don't know, right? This is where it's just like, but does Peter Parker do this sort of thing? But then you'll be like, well, you know, his mind's probably a mess by a lot of things happening right now, so leave it be, right? And then there's masses of clone vats there because Jackal's still trying to copy Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And Ben Reilly comes in, and then basically, it's Ben Reilly and Peter Parker, Spider-Man, versus the masses of clones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And So you just kind of okay, fine, whatever. I mean, half of the time I'm thinking they're tongue in cheek in it.
Yeah.
And the most of the time it's like you have to, after your story where you're given clues, you reset to zero because you don't know where you're going anyways.
Yeah.
You know? I think at a certain point they didn't know that. They knew that Kane was going to have beef with Scarlet Spider. Whether Kane was a clone of Spider-Man at that point where he was introduced, like the degenerating clone, well, that's a different case, yeah? And I think they then decided that he was, but then there's some inconsistencies with, why is he a hitman for the mobsters?
Yeah.
If that's the case, you know?
Yeah.
Even though they were like, his mark of Kane was, it's like, you know, the spy, like, it's super enhanced spider ability.
Yeah.
Like, of clinging to walls.
Yeah.
And then his flash forwards are basically the spider sense gone
to extreme, innit?
super enhanced. It's like, okay, right.
He's kind of
some of this stuff makes sense, and then other stuff doesn't make any sense. So
yeah. Oh, Kane.
Yeah. Who became a character himself as well. So as in a different sort of character, and I think he had. Nowadays, why are there three exact Spider-Man characters running about? You know?
Yeah. I think
I could get two, and Kane being slightly different, right?
Yeah.
But and you can also argue Ben Reilly's it's not the same as Spider-Man because Peter Parker's a separate character as well, yeah.
Yeah.
But now what they've just before we get to current day Ben Reilly.
Yep.
You came in at the point you're saying when Sensational Spider-Man was happening.
Yeah.
So then when Norman goes and kills Ben Reilly, who then melts away.
Yeah.
Your mind must have been like,
I was confused.
Huh?
Is that how spider people die? They just dissolve? Because again, I didn't have much clue on he was like a clone or anything and how their physiology works. Like,
yeah.
Okay. That's comic books. Hey, people die weird. That's kind of in my head. It's like
yeah. Which is why then they changed that adjectiveless Spider-Man title into Peter Parker Spider-Man because they're like, oh yeah, no, he's back. He's the original. It's him. It's not Ben Reilly.
Yeah, we need you all to buy. Yeah.
When they killed off Ben Reilly and they thought that was the end of the Clone Saga, which it kind of was, yeah. And they went back to like I say standard Spider-Man adventures.
Yeah, status quo in it.
Yeah. For an extended amount of time until the Clone Conspiracy happened, and I'm like, right, okay. So when you were reading the Clone Conspiracy, what were you thinking? Because all I was thinking is I see the title and I'm like, clones?
Because I kind of thought, because it was Dan Slott writing it, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
Mhm.
okay, maybe he's gonna try and fix things because he's probably heard for years and years and years how annoying and convoluted Clone Saga was. So at first I was quite intrigued,
Yeah.
but then I didn't believe who the Jackal was gonna end up being. Oh, okay, that's
Yeah. I like the
Interesting.
Egyptian Anubis mask he had, and
Yeah.
then his suit was like a deep red.
Yeah.
Right? And because he had clones of Miles Warren's there, you just assumed that he was Miles Warren Prime
Yeah.
or something like that, which
Yeah.
is what they tried to allude you to, yeah?
yeah,
And then, and I think the Clone Conspiracy had a good kind of good idea behind it, because it's like,
yeah,
all of a sudden these dead people coming back to life, and it's like, okay, how knew that? And then knew you creating the clone technology where you had to eat the pills or something like that to keep yourself from degenerating.
yeah,
And then when they were like, oh, we got to get that special coffin for that person, right? That one, that would, I think, Gwen from the multiverse, Spider-Gwen, is like, I've seen all the futures or whatever, just like Doctor Strange, and it's like this. Every time they do this, Spider-Man turns to the dark side or whatever it is, right?
yeah,
So we got to stop them getting this particular one.
yeah.
And then when Spider-Man tries to stop it, he tries to attack the Jackal. Jackal just dodges out the way.
Yeah.
And and then Peter's like said something. Oh, do you think you think just dressing more snazzy in that red suit with that mask is gonna stop me from beating you up, right? And then the Jackal replies, "Red suit? Don't you think it's more like Scarlet?
Scarlet?
The mask off her, yeah."
Right.
And then it's our boy Ben Reilly. I'm like, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if that suit was. I mean, look, it's coloured not Scarlet, right?
But,
but
yeah.
it wouldn't work otherwise if you went.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I didn't like after that how they kind of, because after the reveal, then it kind of done like a flashback in it to how he got to be that, and I did like his reasoning for becoming the Jackal. I did like okay, that explained why he would go full on, not villain, but
Yeah. So
Insane.
he got cloned 27 times, and then Miles Warren kept on killing him each time.
yeah, and he remembers
Just
everything.
like Bizarro in Superman and Lois.
yeah.
And then the 28th time he escaped, and then he's like, you know what, Miles Warren, you get some of your own medicine. I'm going to clone you, and you don't know which one's you and which one's fake and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then he decides to become an evil mastermind, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
I didn't mind it because that like me personally, he hadn't been used in about 15 years at that point, right?
Yeah.
And then realistically, someone would have a mental break after that happened to him so many times. It's like, okay, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. And then he switches back to the Scarlet Spider guys for his own series that ran for just about 2 years or something like that. Just over 2 years maybe.
Scarlet Spiders, yeah.
Yeah. No. With an S, or if it was just Scarlet Spider?
Spiders. I think it might be because I know Kane was in it for a bit.
Yeah. There was. I think the
Kane-
latter half of it, Kane was in it. That's
Yeah,
the
then
other
Kane-
Scarlet Spider. Yeah.
Dies, and then because he after all this he goes on a run for a bit.
Yeah. Goes to Vegas, lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
I think,
And then
in the
Kane's on.
casinos, anyways.
Yeah, it was Vegas. Which I was like, because I think when what year did this come out? Let me answer.
2018, I think.
Yeah, so I hadn't been to Las Vegas yet. Because then after I went to Las Vegas, I was like, how would he be Spider-Man in Las Vegas? Doesn't make any sense. Especially if it's in strips, it's just like one road. But okay, sure, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I did kind of like that. The costume was weird though.
Oh, we'll get to those costumes
Yeah.
in just a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get how they try to all that the chasm storyline and all that stuff, but I get Beyond Spider-Man Beyond, where he became the Beyond Corporation Spider-Man because Spider-Man himself got conveniently dosed with some sort of radiation.
Yeah, so he was dying. Yeah.
Yeah, and then for some reason I don't know what. Oh yeah, so they let Elizabeth Tyne / what's her other name?
Halloween.
Janine Goodby.
Yeah.
Out of jail to be in house arrest in the big massive tower block with Ben Reilly. So he's like, all right, fine, I'll be your Beyond Corporation Spider-Man. And then they start wiping out his memories to make him more compliant.
Yeah. Because that always works, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and then that leads to him becoming Chasm because he's just trying to get his memories back, and he kind of bonds with some sentient goo of some sort
Something like that.
to make him
Something...
look like a ghost spider sort of thing. And it's like, okay, why? And then they have that dark web storyline where Madeline Pryor wants her memories from Jean Grey as well, and Jean Grey's like, all right, cool, if I'll stop you causing trouble.
Yeah.
And then Ben Reilly's like, oh, so I can just simply ask Peter for my memories? And Peter's like, no, you can't. No, hold on a second.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good... It was a weird storyline, but I did enjoy Dark Web.
Yeah, I think
a lot of things missing, but...
Dark Web gave us All Hallows Eve, which kind of I'm like, oh, okay, she works with Ben Reilly, so I suppose why not?
Yeah.
But I just don't get an evil Spider-Man per se, considering we've got Venom, we've got Carnage, we've got better version, more evil versions of Spider-Man. Whereas Ben Reilly's he's not evil enough to be that.
I think I get what you mean, but you think about it now, right? Venom, how close is he actually tied to Spider-Man at this point? God, Venom's become his own thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and because he's more of a tweener now.
Oh yeah.
I guess they thought they need a Spider-Man who's slightly evil, but could be easily turned good when reminded that, hey, Uncle Ben loved you. Maybe of the bed, something like that. So I guess.
So you're more up to date currently with Spider-Man right now, yeah. And last we were speaking, Norman Osborn, Peter Parker got trapped to some random planet somewhere. Norman Osborn pretended to be Spider-Man, and Ben Reilly's pretending to be Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So what? Do fill me in on what's going on since then.
I think I'm only got to that part, and I think now Ben Reilly's got enough of it. I'm not doing this anymore, and left.
Okay.
And then Norman got beaten out of being Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man came back from his space mission, and doing Spider-Man things. So there was a new villain that came back, and then Spider-Man was fighting him.
Yeah.
And then I know now Spider-Man has found out that he has a cousin, because Aunt May and Ben Reilly had a kid that
Aunt May and Ben Reilly.
Yep, Uncle Ben, Ben Parker, had a kid
with Aunt May, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's uncle.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think that's leading up to the big issue 1000, which is coming very soon. Yeah.
Okay. And it'll be funny, but I think this cousin will just be a clone of Ben Parker. I'm ahead of it.
Probably.
Did you? By the way, back in the day, I'm sure you watched Knight Rider. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Michael Knight, when he was Michael Long, got shot in the face.
Yeah.
And then Knight Industries took him in, and they took it to the old man who owns Knight Industries. And when they took them the plastic surgery bandages off them, his cohort, but his the British co-worker guy, he's like, oh, he looks mightily like you when you were younger, right? And the old man's like, yeah. And then later on, when we get to, I see season 3, where you have the evil version of David Hasselhoff, who is the son of the Knight Industries owner, who I think he died. Then it's like, okay, so he modelled Michael Knight's face after his own son, rather than him when he was younger, which is kind of okay, fine.
Kind of makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird, but,
So that's what I'm saying is, I bet you, right? Just for the sake of the clones, yeah? That this cousin is not going to be really Ben Parker. He's going to end up being a clone of Ben Parker.
Yeah, something like that. Because apparently, I need to read it. I was like, okay, that's different. Because I thought they tried something like this before, but no, that was something else. Because that was, what's her name?
Teresa Parker?
That's it, yeah. I like Teresa Parker, yeah.
who may or may not be.
Yeah,
his
which I like
sister.
is ambiguous. I like that. Yeah, and he just says it's his sister because it makes sense. So yeah,
Yeah.
and I always kind of like their relationship. So they're not really blood, but they're family.
Oh, hon. Did you ever read Trouble?
Yeah, no, I refuse to read Trouble.
Okay. Are we saying Trouble's back in continuity?
No.
Aunt May's child.
Yeah, but then Aunt May's child would have been Peter. You know that weird.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You were saying about Ben Reilly's costumes. Now, Ben Reilly has had like 5 costumes. One is the I'm not counting the original Spider-Man costume either. By the way, the fact that the Scarlet Spider costumes have made it into the Spider-Man video games, that tells you, I say, how popular, but more like, I guess, how a certain level of notoriety it has.
Yeah. Because it looks cool. I guess that's why. I think that's why.
Original classic Scarlet Spider costume is the red costume with the white eyes and the blue hoodie with the spider on it.
Yeah. And
which then has its spider thingy-jigs. Yeah, on the outside and his web belt as well. And the pouch is on his ankles for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah,
other than to break up the colour.
Yeah. Yeah, so like he's wearing a onesie. Yeah.
yeah. But I like that costume actually. I think it looks cool. How tight that hoodie is.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird when you think, okay, hoodies are loose.
They're really loose, right? Not, you know, like skin tight.
I think it depends on who draws it, because some people have it a bit looser. But even then, the hoodies are looser than what he has. So unless he bought 2 sizes down, just so he can fit more snug.
Yeah, maybe he wants to show off, you know, his arms and his abs and whatever.
Yeah.
He seems like
and then there's Scarlet Spider costume. We're talking about Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider costume, not Kane Spider's Scarlet Spider costume.
The superior one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The second Scarlet Spider costume, where he was having his ongoing series from the 2000s, where on the cover, right, so inside it says he stole it from a cosplay. I'm like, oh come on, right? Why would Ben Reilly steal his costume from a cosplay? But as far as the logic of Marvel's concerned, how would that work? You know?
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
Some guy, he didn't make a Scarlet Spider variant costume because, as far as cosplays go, there wouldn't be one. You know?
No.
He just nicked a guy who's made a variant Spider-Man costume. I don't know.
It doesn't really.
But for some reason, I don't. It's not a great costume. I don't think myself, even though it still has the hoodie. But I think that's why after issue 1 they reverted it back to issue 2, the classic Scarlet Spider costume.
Yeah, which kind of annoying is like, if you might, why go through all that and just change it? You might as well just like, you know, bite the bullet and just like, okay, we're gonna see how far we can take this before we have to change it. Not like literally within the same like 6-issue arc or the first arc, you get rid of it.
I think it's partially as well because that Spider-Man costume, when they drew it, for some reason you could smirk inside the mask when you see it, and it's like, that makes no sense because
But then isn't that like that's a most of the time like a artist choice anyway? Like some artists do weird things like that.
That tight, you know, you can see facial expressions.
Yeah. What's the point of it then? Yeah.
Well, but then again, some of these costumes are so tight you can see muscularity. So
yeah, it's not very consistent, is it? No.
And as we watch wrestling, we know when stuff is on tight, it's not that tight.
No, it's not literally like a second skin. It's not that much.
So Ben Reilly's third costume. Oh, Ben Reilly has a cool Spider-Man costume.
Yep.
It's
a 2 Spider-Man
costume, like the big one with the big spider in the center and the angled Spider-Man shoulder bits.
Yeah, and the web shooters on the outside again.
And only like certain fingers coloured in web and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah, I like that costume.
That was a Spider-Man variant costume that you're like, oh, you look at it and go, yeah, that's still Spider-Man. Just a bit similar to, I say, similar to how you look at Superior Spider-Man costume and go, that's evil Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it's still Spider-Man. Yeah. There's not much change, but it's a lot change. If that makes any logical sense. Yeah.
And even when you look at its classic Scarlet Spider costume, you look at it and go, that's Spider-Man related somehow.
Yeah.
And not because of the big spider in the center, but just be like, it's probably
It's
the
just some
eyes or
themes.
something like that.
Yeah.
The red
Eyes
mask and the
and the
white
colour scheme.
eyes.
Yeah.
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 I did not like the Beyond Corporation Spider-Man costume, where
Really?
it's a side-shifted spider, because some artists end up drawing it in the center, which is fine, but it looks offset the way that it is if you don't draw it correctly, you know?
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of liked it. I don't know. I thought it had its own take, and it looked kind of corporate. I think that's probably what I liked. I was like, okay, that's a
I feel like it needed to be
Weird.
more to the side if it was going to be the side, you know? It was like,
Yeah.
where they were drawing it, it was like just off-center.
yeah.
But you want it to be like...
feels like
on
up
your,
there.
on your, yeah.
Yeah, rather than like not in the chest, but just tiny bit up to the left. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because
kinda
when
weird.
he's swinging around, when he's maneuvering stuff, you just think, oh, the artist just misaligned where the center is.
Yeah, but nope.
You know.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
I look. There is a version of it, which looks good. Yeah. But I think the one they did doesn't.
Yeah.
And I don't see why they just couldn't have gone back to the Spider-Man, the Scarlet Spider, Spider-Man costume. I mean, sorry, the Ben Reilly Spider-Man costume. But I think they were doing it for, I say, the Beyond Corporation were like copyright reasons, right? But then it's like, hold on a minute, the costume you made is basically the same. It's just the spider's in a different position. So,
But they made it, so it's different.
yeah. It's just like as we know, right? When you get your major wrestling organization theme, AEW, WWE, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to TNA.
Yeah, and it's the same song, but it changed one note or something, or sped up or sped it down. You're like,
Yeah.
didn't even try. Didn't even try.
Yeah. Some ingenious takes of alternate theme songs, by the way. So yeah, there is that. And then you got the Chasm costume, which I'm like, you're just. Unless he's got. Go on.
I don't know, for some reason, because it's so different, I like it.
Well,
The name confuses me, but the name makes sense. But yeah, the costume, I don't know. Yeah,
I think it's got to have some sort of mystical enhancer, but like he's not just basically Spider-Man in the costume, which has those smoky effects on it. It's like if he's got, I don't want to say possessed by a demon or something like that, right? But just something that gives him a bit more oomph. Then you can see like why the costume's got that kind of leaking energy from it, you know. Otherwise, it's just there for the visuals, and it's just like, yeah, but other than that, does it add anything?
But I think he has different powers when he's Chasm.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. I'm trying to find... Yeah, I think there's something about it. But
different powers or additional powers?
I think additional powers.
Yeah.
I know when he becomes like the Goblin King, but yeah, it's a different. But I know he has powers, but I can't remember where he's at this point.
Yeah.
It's so long ago I read it. Chasm. Great guy.
And I'm like, oh, it's Chasm because he lost his memory. Oh my goodness. Oh,
is it 'cause he's
like,
yeah. Again, what else could they call him though? Like Chasm's kind of a small name in a way, dealing with what he's gone through, like the mental stress and that stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I think he's a cool character. I just think it's just sometimes they're like, let's bury him. All right, but he had a good time. Now we bring him back. Let's bury him and then bury him some more. It's like you're treating Dr. Octopus, Superior Spider-Man, better than you're treating Ben Reilly.
Yeah, but in the day, like I kind of get why, because they experiment things with Ben Reilly. What they would wish they could do with Peter, but they can't because Peter's so established. Ben Reilly, he's got like 10% of the fans that Peter has. We can do whatever we want with him. No one's gonna really sort of care. You know.
Oh, so you're saying it's a Batman, Bruce Wayne, John Paul Valley situation where you're like, yeah. So Batman is Batman, but people want Batman to kill, so we're gonna make a Batman who kills, and then you fans will see that's what you don't want, right? Which then DC did put off. And it sure showed the fans because they had an idea of what they're doing. Right. By the way, have you seen the Nightfall trailer? For the 3-part video animated movie saga.
I think I saw like a second of it. I was meant to actually watch it properly. I was like, oh wait.
I think it's only a minute long, but I'm wondering if it's 3 parts. Then surely it's Nightfall, part 1, which is where it gets its back broken. Nightfall Part 2, where Jean-Paul
Prodigal
Valley
Son,
beats up Bane,
Yeah.
and then Night's End as Part 3. Maybe Night Quest if you can fit some of that in there, depending on how long it is.
Oh.
Well,
Am I wrong in thinking, right, that during this whole Nightfall Batman Batbroken, didn't Prodigal Son happen when Dick Grayson?
Oh, no, that happened just afterwards.
Oh, so that's
Which they should do, by the way, as Part 4, but...
okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was where... Oh, my goodness. So, in Night's End, just to make Jean-Paul Valley... He beat up Bane, so he's got some cred already, yeah? But just to give him a bit more cred, he beats up Nightwing as well. In his Asbat suit, right? Yeah. And Nightwing had to go and rescue some lady using the one-armed bandit on a ship that she's going to win millions on, so she decided not to get out of the way. So then our boy could get knocked over the head and beat up, just so Jean-Paul Valley gets a little bit more of a push. Okay, alright. And then they decide, oh, you know what, yeah? Even though Dick Grayson got beat up by Asbats, Bruce Wayne is going to allow him to be Batman for a little extended period of time. Like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So Prodigal happens afterwards, but I don't think they're going to cover that. They're probably just going to be like
this.
Batman
The
comes
chickens,
back.
that's why.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to have a fight at the end of it, because if you read Night's End, you know that he kind of got Jean-Paul Valley to go into a tunnel after him. And then the tunnel got smaller and smaller, so then Jean-Paul Valley had to go and take the bat armor off.
Yeah.
And then they still had his mask on for night vision. Yeah. And then Bruce gets the sunlight to hit him, and then as Jean-Paul Valley's like, I've washed away all my sins, essentially, or something, whatever it is. Like, I've seen the light. I'm like, okay, right, okay, yeah. I mean, like, if you are gonna go to a religious fanatic, you're gonna, I guess, play the mind games to defeat him that way.
Yeah,
right.
I guess. Yeah.
Will they cover, though, the Venom storyline that leads to why Bruce Wayne is so afraid of Bane when Bane pumps up? I don't know. And it doesn't look like in the trailer. So for the Nightfall storyline, Bruce Wayne was also unwell, like he was sick with the flu or something like that. And I'm sure you know, when you're sick with the flu, you just want to rest in bed, right? But they've got to give him so many disadvantages to lose to Bane, right? Yeah. So he's got to be ill. He's got to be tired from fighting all the Arkham inmates that Bane broke out, yeah?
Yeah.
And then Bane, then after, like, he has not been resting all night, whatever it is, for, like, weeks, Bane just, walks into the Batcave and go, yo, I'm just going to go and break your back now if you could just kind of stay still.
Stand there, let me just pick you up and break your back,
Yeah, exactly. Like, alright, well, maybe they give Bruce more of a fighting chance here, but then it's like, I don't see why he could have just not had a fight with all the enemies in that came out of Arkham, and then Bane beat him up afterwards, because it's like, how many disadvantages does one guy need?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, so Bane's beaten Batman, and then Batman has also beaten Bane one time as well, right? But that one time that Batman beat Bane, they were basically equals. And the rest of the time it's been a draw. This is like, okay, so Bane had to beat him and there's loads of caveats.
Yeah.
And then Batman beat Bane, but no caveats.
No caveats, yeah. Because Batman, innit? Yeah.
And then later on, I think that was in the 97 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Where he got to Detective Comics 700 rematch, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And then later on in the 2000s, Batman does to Bane what Bane did to Batman. It's like, Bane, if you want to fight me, come fight the entire three of Arkham Asylum first. And I was like,
the roles. Like.
Yeah. Like, all right, why not? Why not?
Got me there.
Yeah. But yes. Okay, so, oh, by the way, so did you, when Insomniac did the Ben Reilly costume for the video game, and they added textures to the suit and piping lines and stuff. Like, that's fair enough, because on screen, even your like, to make it visually pop on your Spider-Man costumes, you also done that. So you can't just have the old school. Okay, it looks like skin costume, because that wouldn't fly nowadays.
It wouldn't fly now. I'll be like that. Yeah.
I guess you didn't care that much as well when Ben Reilly was in Across the Spider-Verse and he was being made a mockery of.
No, I kind of like that, because it's making fun of the 90s, melodramatic. So I was like, I get it. Yeah.
I was like, I'm thinking, no, I wasn't really offended, but I was at the same time, yeah. They're making fun of my boy, except that deservedly so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They could have done it properly, but then they're just like, nah, you know, we're like you say, throw shade enough, and it's a bit of a laugh, you know.
Yeah. So I think it's meant to be in a second in Beyond
Across
the Spider-Verse.
Beyond the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Whenever that comes out. Yeah.
Yeah. If it takes about 5 years to make each of the movies, so
Yeah.
they are detailed, so fair enough, you know.
Yeah, and I guess because they have so many different like sort of animated styles in that one film, yeah, it's not going to be like easy to do, is it? I let it off, I suppose.
Yeah. So, what is your overall opinion of the the Ben Reilly character? Do you missed quite a decent amount of the chunk of I want to say the starter stories, but the more important stuff, which is not important because they didn't know where they were going either.
No.
I think it's more of the character build stuff in when he first started existing, because they did as much as they didn't know where they were going to end up. They needed to still build the character.
Build a character, yeah. Because like I like Ben Reilly. Like I always maybe I prefer Kane, but that's probably because when I got proper back into comic books, Kane was more of a thing, and then I read his series Scarlet. So that's probably why I have more of the affinity for Kane. But I do like Ben Reilly. I do feel like I do get some of your opinions that they kind of just job him out. Don't want to use that sort of word, but like he's kind of like, okay, we know he's got a huge fan base. Well, not huge, but he's got a fan base and they're quite loyal. So we'll throw him a bone every now and then, but because we're not really that committed, we'll give him something to like have against him. Like, oh yeah, now he's super evil, which is kind of justified. Well, not super evil, but evil kind of justified. Oh, right, we're gonna make him into a corporate Spider-Man because we haven't done anything for him for like 5 years at this point. Let's throw him in there. So I kind of get it. Maybe they could have gave him more of his own sort of character, like, because I think the problem they had with him, right? But this is from me, limited knowledge of him. That they made him too much kind of like Peter, and with Kane, he's like the angry version of both of them. So he has his own sort of characteristic compared to them. So I think now they're trying to play catch up with with Ben, but it's a bit too late.
As way back when we were saying, right? Angry Spider-Man doesn't quite work, except that because Kane is a separate character. He does work. Even though he got depowered from his Kane into Spider-Man, into a a Spider-Man level character, right? And he's the other as well, so it also gives him something to stand out. Whereas Ben Reilly is old school Peter Parker. But then when Peter Parker goes back to being actually sane, but back to his original personality type, it's like, but where's the space for Ben Reilly? That's why he needs to diverge at some point, but not this way.
No, he's kind of like, here's a good example. He's kind of like the Tim Drake of Robins. Even though like for a lot of people that's their Robin, right? But in the last like 10, 15 years, he's always one who got the short end of the stick, hasn't he? Because it's like,
well, no. To be more exact, then we'll say, he is the pre-crisis Jason Todd, who was the exact copy of Dick Grayson. And then he did the post-crisis Jason Todd, which now is like a villain, which Scarlet Spider is. Ben Reilly is though. It's like, but you've gone too far now. To make him different.
And it's
and all the people that were fans of the Scarlet Spider before, it's just like, just how the character assassinated Mary Jane.
Many times
during One More Day. I suppose you weren't reading it during the time where Hal Jordan in 1994 got character assassinated as well, as some people say.
What, the Parallax thing, or
Real Twilight.
Which I kind of liked, but
I thought it made sense. Coast City got destroyed. He tried to it's like, as much as they want to say it was a storyline that not fabricated out of nowhere, but it's just like they had to rewrite the original storyline they were doing, where Hal Jordan was going to become one of the, like, he didn't need the ring for the power of that, which is like kind of generic, right? Because there was going to be another section of the Guardians of the Universe, Guardians of the Universe, who were the
Yeah.
originals, or whatever it was, and
Yeah.
I don't know. But he was
Yeah.
going to have the power internalized and stuff, and it's like, no.
No.
This way is better, where his where his mentality just breaks, and he's like, I
Yeah.
can bring this city back at all costs, kind of sort of thing. I was a hero for over, the sliding time scale, so between 10 and 15 years, yeah?
Yeah.
And then when I asked for my city to be restored, the Guardians
It's
of
a
the
no.
Universe are like, nah, we don't do that, bro.
Yeah. So he's again, like, it makes sense him snapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like he's went pro evil and that bit didn't happen. And then I kind of understand, to me, that'd be character assassination. But
Yeah.
like, they're just for justifiable reasons why he
Yeah.
snapped.
But then
on
again, that
Breaking
also
Bad.
led to certain other people, like we're saying with comparing, like when I'm saying Ben Reilly's just evil Spider-Man here. It's like some people were saying, okay, so you got evil Hal Jordan, right?
Yeah.
But he's only going to be evil to a certain level, because when you had Sinestro, who was an evil Green Lantern, he went far and wide.
Yeah. He was murdering people left, right, and center.
He was murdering people, like with his yellow ring as well.
Yeah.
So, and Hal Jordan's not going to do that.
No.
Like, he's going to do it if he thinks he can bring them back, or there's some sort of whatever.
There's like,
storyline reason here.
yeah.
But he's not going to be evil. Even when they said he was bonded with Parallax and stuff like that, they were like, oh yeah, we'll absorb Hal Jordan of his all the stuff that he did, kind of.
Yeah.
And then they had Sinestro back just to be a bit more evil, right? It's like, okay, you guys didn't commit, and then you bring back the character that you were like, we'll go 100% with this guy, you know? It's like, okay.
Yeah. 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 Poor Ben.
Yeah. That's what I'm like. You. So you didn't read any of the Scarlet Spider stuff?
No.
Okay.
Wait,
I suppose it would have
the
been
original or?
Yeah. The back in the Clone Saga sort of.
No,
Scarlet
didn't
Spider
read
stuff.
that, no.
And I can see, by the way, why it would have been confusing for certain people, because even though he's called Ben Reilly, he still looks like Peter Parker. He still has the brown hair. He's got nothing to distinguish him other than his 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they should have maybe brought forward the dyed hair gimmick a bit earlier.
Earlier, yeah. Rather than when he became Spider-Man and then doing it, yeah.
Did you read what do they call it? The 6-issue miniseries called the Clone Saga? That was Tom DeFalco and Howard Mackie writing it, and they were like, "This is what the Clone Saga would have been, kind of, if we could tell it, if we could tell it the way we wanted to, right?" And they told it all in 6 issues, which is not possible, by the way, because they're like, by issue 4, Ben Reilly is Spider-Man. I'm like, no, like this needs to be at least 12 issues.
Yeah, there's a big gap missing. Yeah.
Need to be like at least 12 issues. To do it properly, because you need to build the Ben Reilly character. You can't be like, oh, here he is, right? We got some of the stuff that, like, the first 3 issues are most of the stuff a super compressed version of some of the stuff that happened in the Clone Saga, right?
Yeah.
And then 2 issues of Ben Reilly being Spider-Man before then Harry captures him, and then be like, yeah, that's that. So
yeah, that's kind of like doing the Age of Apocalypse in like 6 issues. Like, you can't. There's so much goes on that you can't just throw it in there.
I think they needed to, like, if they were going to retell it, it needs to be 12 issues ish of the Spider-Man Scarlet Spider saga bit. Then another 6 issues of maybe Ben Reilly as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then another 6 issues or something like that to wrap up Peter Parker becoming back into Spider-Man. If you were going to do such a thing. But then people are like, 24 issues? No. We've had we put that money for that. No, I don't think so, son.
24 issues, that's 2 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Would you go back and read any of the Clone Saga stuff? Or you're like, that's burnt from my memory. I don't want to deep dive into that. And then it's like, as long as the trial of Barry Allen, which I'm going to read at some point.
No, you know what? I actually would go back and read the Clone Saga, because I went back a couple of years. I'll say about 10, 15. We'll say about 12 years ago. I went back and read Maximum Carnage.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I
can see why it was awesome in 1990, whenever it happened. But now, This is okay.
Yeah.
This is a read. Yeah. So
it's a wild one.
Yes, like I had fonder memories of pretending I read it as a kid and actually reading it as an adult. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this seems a lot longer and annoying.
Yeah. I don't know if on Marvel Unlimited there is the Clone Saga, right? But I would cherry pick the best issues to read, but you wouldn't know what's the best issues without having read it all in the first place, you know?
Yeah. That's one good thing to say about Marvel Unlimited. They like have all those sagas and stuff. Just in a I'll say a reading list. I wouldn't say playlist, but yeah, that sort of thing. So one day, I mean,
yeah. But then so I started reading it, and I'm like, you have to. They needed to prep you beforehand as to Peter Parker's state of mind, because it starts when Ben Wright, like at a holdover from the issue before starting, Ben Reilly's just run to a rooftop, and and Spider-Man's landed on that rooftop, which is the hospital where Aunt May is. So when the reading list for the Clone Saga starts, Ben Reilly's there, or the Peter Parker clone, right? And Spider-Man's just landing, and then he starts swinging at him, going, "What are you, a fake or whatever it is? You know, is your mind games? Is someone trying to cause me? Like, is that Harry trying to cause more mental breaks for me and stuff like that?" So, yeah. It kind of just goes. It starts and it's gone. It's like, wait. At least give me. You don't need to give me all the issues beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Just chop some of the pages out of particular issues and have a primer.
Yeah, just like a condensed bit, like a up to this moment sort of bit. Yeah.
Previously on, you know.
Yeah. But that's a weird way of doing it.
You have read the Ultimate Clone Saga, the Bendis Ultimate Spider-Man Clone Saga.
I believe I did.
Yeah, that had cool ideas actually. Funny enough, because they did have a Kane who was in a wool Spider-Man costume for some reason, that sweater, right? They had a Scorpion Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and 6-armed Spider-Man and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, we take some of these gimmicks, and we'll meld them to get, like, you know, in this storyline. And this is where I think they had the Gwen Stacy Carnage clone as well.
Yes. And
I was like, this is pretty well, even though they had Ben Reilly in it, but Ben Reilly was actually a black man. It had nothing actually to do with anything.
No, just named used. Yeah.
Just a man who stole the DNA. But yeah,
that's pretty good.
I was like, okay, this is a nice, like, when people see Clone Saga, Clone Storyline, when they're like that. But this is a well-told alternate version of that. Yeah,
because then isn't it? That's when we get Jessica Drew.
Yeah. Female Spider-Man. Yeah, female Peter Parker.
Yeah, which I like that idea as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good.
Yeah. Did you read the Miles Morales Clone Saga? Because I've not actually read that one.
No, I want to read it though.
I wonder how that one is.
Yeah, because I heard it's pretty good.
Okay. Just like what if Miles Morales had a Mjolnir?
No, that's a different. No. But because I'm glad that's not in canon. That was so stupid. Why did you do that?
Oh my goodness! It's one of those things where you're like, that's a wild decision. Right there.
Didn't anyone look at this and say, maybe we shouldn't do this?
Yeah. I don't know who wrote it, but it seems like, is it a white man writing as a black man?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if a black man writing it would be like, this is
okay. I mean, like, this is what I want to have my name attached to. Yeah, no.
You never know. It could be, but
could be. But even then, right? I feel like they have like editors and stuff from like all different races and stuff to read these things. Like, okay, maybe you shouldn't do this. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's racially insensitive. Oh, okay, thanks. Let's not do it.
Yeah.
Imagine they did a Shang-Chi comic and it's like super like offensively.
If they had Shang-Chi and it was original Fu Manchu, with painted yellow because that's how they used to do it, right? Yeah. I'd be like, well, that's wild.
Yeah. Like something like, imagine they did that now and it got passed. Like, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
that. Why hasn't anyone?
No. Canonically, Shang-Chi is half, anyways.
Yeah.
Even though in the movie version, he's just full
He's
on
full
Asian.
Chinese.
So,
Yeah. Which, yeah. Because when I was watching, I was like, I don't think this is right. I was like,
yeah. Not because, like, by the way, it's right, not right because it's not right. It's just, canon is not like that.
yeah, that's all. Like, oh, okay, this is a bit different, but okay, sure.
Yeah.
Then they gave him a sister as well, so that's a new thing, isn't it? So,
Yeah. He's fast and loose enough of a character where they can do whatever they want,
yeah, because
and it wouldn't matter.
No.
To a certain degree, you know.
Yeah.
Don't change him to a white man.
Different story, but yeah.
Yeah, because we already got Iron Fist. What do we need? What do we need about? We got Asian Iron Fist as well. So when
That
people,
one annoys me, but go on.
Yeah, when the Iron Fist TV series came out and it wasn't particularly well received, part of it was people were like, because why is he white? Why is Danny Rand white? It shouldn't be like martial arts. He shouldn't be Asian. I'm like, no, but Danny Rand is white. If they changed him to Asian, that'd be a
stereotype. Yeah.
And not only that, there is an Asian Iron Fist. So if they were going to do that, they would have just used that character anyways. You know.
Because I remember the argument with people who there's the fans that just got into Marvel because of the films and stuff, and they're like, Iron Fist is like, no. Iron Fist has been around since like the 70s. He's always been a white dude, and that's his whole thing. He got bullied for being a white dude. And you know what I mean? It's like, if you kind of take away that from the character, then you're just having those stereotypical Asian person good at martial arts. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
And isn't that racist?
As we did in the 70s, where the white man came into a foreign land and he proved to be better than them at what they do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're on. Like, evil choice is not good.
It's not good. Yeah. So
at least you could say when you stick to canon.
Yeah.
That's why it is what it is. You know.
Yeah. And
then you've got to be like, well, that during the time frame that it was out, that was acceptable apparently. But
yeah, but
you don't think, by the way, we're ever going to see Ben Reilly? Oh, look, in the movies, we got a Ben Reilly on the Amazon TV, right?
Yeah.
Is he really Ben Reilly? Well, even he says it's not his real name either, right?
Yeah. Then he might be, because he's a clone. They might do. You never know. They might do Clone Saga in.
I'll be happily watch the Spider Noir with like 5 Nick Cages running about.
Yeah. That'd be the best.
Trying to out-ham each other, you know?
That would actually be amazing, I'm not gonna lie. That'd be awesome. Please do it.
Yeah, but I for some reason, I don't think we won't see at least the clone of Ben Reilly on screen. We might, in Avengers Doomsday, we might see an alternate version of Tom Holland as Ben Reilly with his dyed hair, if they're going to do that, right? Because they got universe hopping, and it'd just be a nod to the people that know. Otherwise, it's just like, if we make him appear enough, we can sell toys. Because I think that's what they're going to...
That's the main thing in the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, the kind of aspects of Avengers Doomsday is going to be. I'm sure they want to make their money up from elsewhere where they have markups on all sorts.
Yeah.
You slap the Avengers name on something and then you can mark it up.
Money.
Add £10 to whatever the production cost is or whatever it is, depending on the proportional costs. So if something costs £3 to make, they're like, slap £10 and it's £13. Yes, that's our profit, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas if something costs a bit more to make, like £4. We'll times it by 5 maybe and mark up our profit, you know?
It's just hilarious. Yeah.
But, so I don't think... Look, if we see Ben Reilly on screen, it'll probably be a more nod and a wink.
Yes.
Rather than something legit. Even though I know we had the conversation before, and like, if there is I don't see why they couldn't just... Like, Ben Reilly's race don't matter.
Yeah, no.
It's just the spider powers that do matter. So so Sony can have their knockoff Spider-Man, and Ben Reilly can be whatever, you know?
Yeah, doesn't really matter. He can still be a clone and be like a different race, you know?
Yeah, well,
so he's half, yeah.
I don't know if you want to go into that yet, but you could do the thing where they find the spider, like the gene splice of some sort, and then you get the spider blood or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. In fact, they could just skim over it. It's just a dude with, like, a non-white dude or whatever you want to say, right? With spider powers, and then get your story going, you know? He just has them. And what?
Yeah. That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, exactly. So, look, do you like the Ben Reilly character? Do you dislike Ben Reilly character? I know you're saying you prefer Kane than Ben Reilly. But do you? I say you enjoy the shenanigans of Ben Reilly, but what do you think now that he's a heel? Is he dropping lower to your list of likings?
For me, he's grown higher because now he's just not like
okay.
generic Spider-Man clone.
Okay,
And that's
fair enough.
me saying that, but you know, it gives him something else rather than like, yeah, he was the forgotten
I will
Spider-Man.
back you up on that in the sense of we have both read Spider-Geddon.
Yes.
Where you had Dr. Octopus as Elliot Tolliver and Miles Morales, Spider-Man, as co-leads, essentially, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, the clone of Spider-Man, Ben Reilly, who was at one point thought to be the original Spider-Man,
Yeah.
he's probably, like, as a level of importance, he's clear third, if anything, if he is third.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, well, that's where they think of him at that point. I mean, Peter Parker would have been number one, but he had to fight with Morland, so he was written out of the Spider-Geddon storyline, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they're like, yeah, we got two more characters who jump ahead of Ben Reilly in our minds. So, and then we only use him because he's a clone and because the Inheritors are also clones. So we got to reverse clonage him, or whatever. Yeah, it's like, okay, he's in here as a gimmick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah.
He is.
I mean, one of the most important characters of the 90s, but maybe one of the more standout characters of the 90s. Or look, a character that was definitely notable in the 90s. Yeah, let me put it that way. Yeah, notoriety, infamy, however you want to put it. Okay, and then he just gets shuffled to be even third, fourth tier, if even that, because the character was dead for some time. But then it's just like, what do we need this guy for when our other variant Spider-Mans have better more distinguishing features, personality-wise.
But like, you can think about the only other character from the 90s around his time that is still sort of around and huge.
Yeah.
Is Cable.
Was Cable in the 80s? Like
literally like 89, and then technically he became Cable in 1990.
Oh yeah. And they had Thunderstrike. I don't know if you ever read about that guy.
Yeah,
and then they killed him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now his son is Thunderstrike.
And I'm trying to think else. Another person from like technically, I would say Deadpool, but Deadpool didn't really become Deadpool till like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh no, yeah, about I'd say 98 or something like that, right?
Yeah, when he actually became Deadpool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's just Ben Reilly. They put the wagon behind him, but they didn't put anything in the wagon for you to like want to care about him.
Yes,
you know
yes.
Which is quite sad.
I do believe the initial intentions were like, let's have a character. Let's have Ben Reilly is the throwback Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
But like you say, you need to commit to him being that, and then you can have your actual Peter Parker come out of his whatever he is happening to his brain, his depression or whatever. And and then they not necessarily go their separate ways, but like at that point they do their separate adventures, and then you can distinguish him. They were always trying to unmarry Peter Parker since he got married, right? So then you can have your unmarried Peter Parker.
Yeah, Ben.
As Ben Reilly. No one's. I think not like. It's not that Spider-Man being married to Mary Jane, Peter Parker being married to Mary Jane makes a lot of sense when you think of her background of the family abuse and whatnot, in her household, and his one where he's got abandoned by his parents. I say abandoned him, but then and his uncle died and stuff like so. Yeah, they're both looking for
a family.
Yeah, like Vin Diesel. I tried to avoid the word time because I was like, that's what. But they're looking for a partner of that can support. Yeah. But then it's like, look, if that makes sense, and it's written well. No one's mind if he's married or not. As in, we know the current version of Ultimate Spider. He's married. He's 35.
Yeah.
No one cares.
bats on it. No one cares.
Yeah.
People actually like that because something it's something new which they could have done years ago, but they're too scared.
Exactly. And I think it's like people will buy a well-written comic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, right?
Yeah.
And some people will buy badly written comics as well because
for the lulz,
like if it has good art for some reason. But so it's like if Peter Parker's married and you write him well, no one it doesn't matter. Sales are not gonna. I don't think it makes a huge dent in the sales or something. And then you got the single Peter Parker, which would have been Ben Reilly, and then you could have had the see how it is. Let's just see how the sales are for this, and then this is where the direction we'll go in. He can spawn off his own title later on if his sales going well, and then Spider-Man can still run his full quadrant, whatever it is. Like you were saying, we got 5 Superman titles at one point and 5 Batman titles at one point, if even not more. Including them in the Justice League as well. And people don't bat an eyelid.
No, people buy them.
But then again, they only had crossovers for specific sagas. And when Batman does crossovers, it's like Batman, Detective Comics, Nightwing, Robin, Batwoman, or whatever it is.
Red Hood somehow get tied into it. Teen Titans somehow get tied. Justice
League if they want to tie that as well. Sometimes depending on it. Maybe some other person's random, like the Deathstroke's Batgirl or whatever it is they want to pull into there. But I do have some fond memories of the Clone Saga because the mystery was great. Because they kept on throwing threads. But the problem is like if you don't tie up them threads, people are like, this is this is terrible because you don't know where you're going, and it's like some people writing the issues before have a direction, but you don't follow that direction. What is Judas Traveler? Who's the Squire? What is that? Like when they had Judas Traveler, he was trying to get into the mentality of the people in Ravencroft. He's supposed to be some sort of like omni-god-like being to test the wills of God in there or some sort. And then they had him like, he's a mutant who can kind of reality warp and cast illusions, but he had a mental break when he was working in the facility, and he thinks he's some sort of godlike entity. And then the Squires, instead, like, because they're like for the other half of Judas Traveler, except that they're not, because they could teleport place to place, except that they are a group of people wearing the same costume, and that's how they appear everywhere. Like, no, but then how does that one know exactly what's going on and repeating whatever happened over there? Like, what, you got telecommunications as well?
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
And then Norman Osborn was the leader of them in the end. Like,
Always back to Norman.
I think also that's what. Look, I don't know if Norman's return is a good thing or a bad thing that came out of the Clone Saga. But he was more like, let's break the fire alarm in case of emergency. And pull out Norman Osborn. In
case of break glass, like with someone wrestling. I forgot who they said it was. But it's that sort of. We're in a hole. You know what would make sense? Let's say Norman has something to do with it. Okay.
Which is kind of funny because when you look at it, so Yubel Thorne is a hater of Barry, right? And when Barry broke his neck, he disappeared for. He had one storyline with Wally. And then he never appeared in. And then there was a one time where Wally pretended to be Yubel Thorne. But other than that, Yubel Thorne did not appear for the entirety of the Wally West comics until I think after issue 200 or something like that. When there was that crossover where Yubel Thorne brought Zoom brought Yubel Thorne back from the future. And they were, I can't remember that storyline.
And then
it wasn't called Blitz.
It was Blitz.
No. Blitz was when Hunter Zolomon was finger snapping like that. And make Wally, and then Wally is like, oh, my identity is public information for X amount of years. And now, and he goes to the Spectre and says, I will change my, please, we'll wipe out the memories. Essentially, that's what the Spectre said. And then I think
another one after that, isn't it?
Because there's I can't remember what it's called, but it's another Flash 2020 or something like that. Sorry, Flash 220, because then it's like 225 where that storyline ends.
Yeah, because I remember. Oh, it's not Blitz. Oh.
Rogue War, was it?
No, I don't think it was Rogue War.
No.
Actually,
No.
you might be right. It was because I had the trade issues, but I can't remember where it is now. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
because Blitz then. I want to say it's not Inferno or something.
But in either case, they like Mark Waid and Jeff Johns written an extended story without the the biggest hater of haters, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I would you have preferred, like, how much did you know about Harry at this point? Would you have said that he would have been a better villain to be the mastermind?
It's one of those things. I'm using 2026 vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it wouldn't have worked because then, like, it's with Harry. I've always written him since, right?
Yeah.
That he's always had that sort of redeemable thing about him. I feel like that would have been like too much, and then we wouldn't have got all the stories you have now, because like with ones involving Harry that are good. Like, well, I don't think that's something you can really forgive your best friend for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like. There's the build for all the Harry Osborn stuff from the late 80s to early 90s. When he appeared in the 70s and when he was like popping pills and stuff like that. Yeah, you could get all that, right? And as far as making sense within the context of the story, Harry being a mastermind would have been fine. But like you're saying, in the long run, he just freshly died in like a Spectacular Spider-Man 200, and then he did the Spider-Man parents thing where his presence was still felt, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have him mastermind the entire Clone Saga, even though the Jackal looked like he was pretending to be the mastermind of that as well. Where it's like, I suppose that Harry would have had a better link though, because if he went to the same university that had Miles Warren and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, I think the decision to make Norman Osborn the master of the Clone Saga was better in flexibility, because they could do a lot more with him. Yeah. Whatever at the time, I would say he was the best choice for the clone.
Probably not
to wrap it up. Yeah, exactly. Look, worst comes to worst, they could have just had Ben Reilly walk in the street and get disintegrated, and then not have been that. We're like, oh, so I guess he was the clone after all, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Good on him.
But they had to do the super over dramatic thing of like, nah, let's just murder the geezer, you know?
Repeatedly, yeah.
Yeah. And then bury him for like 15 plus years. When does that be? 15. Yeah. And then when he does come back, we'll bury him even further.
Yeah.
Okay.
American Son, and what was it? This kid might not be my kid, but is my kid. But then, all that stuff.
Yeah. So do you like? I don't like personally. I don't like what they're doing with Ben Reilly so far. Only because I'm like, this is not the character I grew up with, but more like, look, you spent time putting this guy as a certain way, and then you're like, okay, you know what? Throw that all in the trash.
But I don't know, like I don't know. Maybe again because I don't have that much of a like.
Yeah.
I kind of see where you're coming from, but like because he wasn't that established by the time they buried him, it's like okay. It's it's. I would say right. It's like how they kind of did Cyclops in the mid 2010s, right? Okay. Cyclops was a big thing. Actually, no. Before that, I'm gonna include the movies, right? From like Cyclops' debut to like the mid 90s, Cyclops was the man, right? You know, he was. When you think of X-Men,
as much as the man they would allow him to be. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, but like when you think of him, like, hey, cool, he's the leader of the X-Men and stuff he's capable. But in the movies, he's reduced to like 2 lines in each film, or whatever it is, and then the third film he gets killed off screen, and then after that, some of the comics like AVI, Avengers versus XVI, X-Men versus Inhumans.
Yeah. Oh, it's Inhumans as well. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, and Cyclops gets killed off in that off screen, and then and he dies from like he inhales the Terrigen mist and dies. But everyone thinks he's alive because Emma's psychically projected him so people think he's still alive, but he's dead. Yeah, and it's like...
Oh, but that's going to be a twist in the comics, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like... Cyclops, like, you made him kill Professor Xavier. Like, he was a leader of the New Mutant Revolution. He gets killed off screen. Yeah. I will say, as well, if you read Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men, that was when he made Cyclops look good as well. When he brought Cyclops back.
Yeah. Cyclops does get time to shine, but just not enough because, look, they know their bread and butter was Wolverine in this instance, yeah?
Yeah.
And so you've got to take the best traits of both of those characters and give them to Wolverine because he's going to draw more of the audience. Cyclops has to be the goody two-shoes or whatever, the stiff that is on the opposite end of where Wolverine is. Just to make it, I say things interesting, but that's how people seem to know how to write stuff. Rather, like, there's got to be conflict somehow, right? But you don't bury one, like, you don't need to make one guy look bad to prop another guy up. That's the best way I can put it. It's like, you just kind of enhance or de-enhance certain traits, but keep them, like, on an even keel as far as it should be. Because, like you're saying, Cyclops needs, like, he's around since the 60s. He should be more important to, should have a level more of importance than he does.
Yeah. Should have more respect on his name. Yeah. And that's why I'm kind of like, the last 2 years, well, since X-Men 97, right? I kind of think it's been Cyclops' redemption run where they're like, Cyclops is awesome. We got to show everyone he's awesome. And, and it's kind of showing because apparently, even though it's been spoiled and we all know he's going to be an X-Men Doomsday, but we all know they're all going to die. But,
and as we also know, you say the X-Men redemption run of Cyclops, he was possessed by the Phoenix, just like Hal Jordan was possessed by Parallax when he did all the evil stuff. Alright, if you say so.
Okay, sure. Right. Even though in my opinion, him killing Xavier is justifiable, even if he wasn't.
The smear campaign that we ran against that guy.
Yeah.
I say a smear campaign because that's what that sounds like. But actually, it was just truth telling.
Yeah, because when you think back, right, Cyclops realistically should have killed Xavier long ago because of the shady stuff he's done to the mutant race. So.
Yeah. Don't you think it's funny how in the movies they like Xavier's like
the all good guy, yeah. And then in the comics he's the complete opposite. Like, oh wow. He's kind of worse than Magneto because at least Magneto's honest with like his feelings,
Yeah.
Xavier's all behind the scenes and Cyclops, you have a third brother. He's gonna die, but I'm gonna wipe him out your memory, so you never remember you had a third brother.
Yeah.
Kind of like mentally wipe his own son's memories of him. You know what I mean? It's all these weird, like, dude, you're a terrible human being.
Yeah. That Xavier, he's something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great guy,
so, but we are talking about him because we already talked. We had an entire episode about that guy, right?
Go back and listen to it. I say lots of bad things.
But yes, So, but like you're saying, right? Xavier also did his heel turn in the 90s, and Onslaught was one of the things that came out during that period. And Ben Reilly was Spider-Man during that time. Yeah.
See, it all connects. The mid-90s was a crazy time for comics.
Yeah.
Crazy time.
Yeah. Where they were trying to, I think, Marvel were just trying to pump out as many comics as they can that will cross over, also, like whatever it is, to make up their money that they were losing at the time. And it's just like,
do better.
But though I do, when I go Comic-Con, I do see a surprising amount of Scarlet Spider cosplayers.
Same.
He's got a certain level of remembrance, and in the Spider Girl comics, what's her name? Felicia Hardy's daughter with Flash Thompson, also dressed in the Scarlet Spider costume.
What is it? Is that an M2 universe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they had a clone version of May Parker, who was April Parker, right? Who did not dress in the Scarlet Spider costume.
So
Like, wait.
Yeah,
You had it.
like,
You had
you had
it.
it
Yeah,
there.
it's just there.
It's literally in your hand. But yeah, you
Yeah.
held that. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Yeah.
idiots.
Mhm.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, but that will bring us to our end of this episode of Trip Around the Multiverse,
Yes,
talking
sir.
about, I say my boy Ben Reilly, but
Yeah.
you know.
Your boy, my acquaintance. Yeah.
yeah.
Acquaintance,
Yeah, because your boy,
friend.
like you say, is Kane Parker, and
Kane,
I
baby.
just find it quite funny how, where Spider-Man did the one more day thing, one moment in time thing where they wiped out the memories of Spider-Man. Peter
Yeah.
Parker being Spider-Man, most people's memories, yeah.
Yeah.
Except that when he encounters Kane, Kane's like, it's like, oh, how do you remember I'm Spider-Man? It's like, Kane's like, I look in the mirror, I know who I am, and I know I'm a clone of someone. So,
Yeah. You know, I don't think you can get rid of that in my memory. You know.
yeah. But then I do wonder how Hulk remembers and Banner doesn't. So, yeah.
Different brains, probably. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We'll see as well, because that's what people are speculating that's going to happen in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah. Hey, what?
Yeah, that Banner won't remember,
Yeah.
but Hulk will.
Hulk will. Yeah, that kind of makes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of makes
And
sense.
depending if this one comes out before or after,
Yeah.
yeah, that we'll have to either we'll probably talk about that when that happens when we see after we've seen the movie anyway.
Yeah. Couple of weeks time. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, bring us to a close of my boy, as I was saying before,
Yeah.
and your acquaintance, as you're saying.
My
And then
acquaintance.
each time you're going to say it's going to be further back. Your
Yeah.
co-worker.
Co-worker.
Not even, what's it?
Friend of a friend.
Yeah. Not my friend, a friend of a friend's friend.
Yeah.
My distant...
distant.
my Facebook friend. Because, Facebook. We're not really friends
Mutual.
on Facebook.
Yeah. We're
My
not-
LinkedIn...
2 levels
network.
of mutual friends for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which is what's happening to me right now when I say about the chasm version, the chasm or the chasm version of Ben Reilly, because he's moving further and further away from the man I read back in the day, and yeah.
Give it a year or two. He'll be back to.
Yeah, we'll see whether Marvel decide what they're gonna do.
Yeah, because they'll probably
as
forget
far
that
as
and then
those-
bring him back. Hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the man who bought, for some reason, went to a spider museum and bought a blue hoodie, and then no one traces this random hero in red wearing a blue hoodie. Nah, detective skills don't work there. Even though he had a reporter, Ken Ellis, chasing him, so it's like, okay, for some reason we can't put 2 and 2 together when we don't need to. See why, Chong?
And I am the man who. Wait, I had one, but I was confused. I am the man who looks exactly like another person for no reason. To find out, he is clone. I clone.
Yeah.
Me clone. Carl Charles. And yeah, thank you for listening to us talk about the boy, Ben Reilly. Let us know what you think of Mr. Ben Reilly. Should he be a higher up on the card, or did they do him dirty and make him into just like, hey, there's bargain store Peter. There it is. Yeah. Or Ben Reilly's kind of like the we have Spider-Man at home Spider-Man.
Even though he is Spider-Man, it's also
genetically, yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah, let us know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, watching on the YouTube. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, which could be found on the top of the screen if you're watching on YouTube, with our Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you got any questions, anything, you can find our description in the description box down below. You'll be able to find our contact details there as well, like email and everything, all that stuff. And yeah, and until next time, guys. Try not to get cloned, and we'll catch. Thank you for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.